Okay. I need to find a new goalie. I need to find a new goalie unless we're going to roll with Mackenzie Blackwood, which I've had worse. Solid goalie. I was planning on trading him away and bringing in Carter Hart, but really, yeah. Yeah. I thought I had a really good roster. Turned out not really to be right now. Okay. Let's go then to the last day of the season, the 30th, which is the end of the re-sign stage. So we saw like Rasmus Dahlin, etc. were available. But most of those were re-signed. Most of those will re-sign elsewhere. Okay, we just give him a number. We don't really care. It's not like he's at the club next season anyway. He won't be a member of the organization. That was a salary jump to get Mikoska. So now we're crossing our fingers that Mikoska is a very good goaltender. And I think we're going to be disappointed. I think Wallstad's the guy we wanted. We gave up a lot. Oh, and I don't know if we got anything back. I don't know if we reached on Mikoska even. Would he have been there? Would he have been there at 27? And then I could have packaged him up with Hopi and a second and see if we could have then got Wallstad. I still want Wallstad. We will still be trying to trade for him if possible. Ottawa are in a rebuild. We've lost one of our pieces in Hopi to go get him. We still have Mackenzie Blackwood. But I just don't know where my next goalie is going to come up. It might have to be Freddie Anderson. Might have to run with Mackenzie Blackwood. I had these plans, guys. And oh, they were taken away. But yeah, I had other options. I shouldn't have gone all in Hopi, but I did. I've still got other options because I got people like Kadri who I can trade away. We gave up Donskoy, we gave up Kyle Connor, I believe we gave up. We've still got Nemesnikov, and we still have Burakovsky. We will still have Kadri. We still have Zadorov and Mackenzie Blackwood to go after a starting goalie that we love. So Manager of the Year, we actually get that. Reached the playoffs, winning season 600. Reached first. We didn't get to the finals though. 19 points, 20 in our test, 19 here, and 29 here. We miss out on a point again, guys. We miss out on a point again. I mean, I can get up to 20. I need more negotiating skill. I need to be able to build a better roster. Yeah. So right now, Darlene, Hughes, Gustafsson, Vol, Kotka, Niemi, Fitzpatrick, Saros, Montembolt, Thomas Tomanen being all there with Freddie. Actually, what we're going to do is everybody 3-star and above. Is going to be there. Yeah, final day of re-sign. We don't need to re-sign anyone. We've got our little screenshot of who was available. So we'll be able to tell just how many actually re-sign on the final day. But right now, if I can get Freddie Anderson, I'm probably going to do that. With him in net, if a Darlene or Hughes is available, you know we're going to go improve that defensive core. We'll keep someone to play right defense, who cares? Other than that, I mean, Saros is available from Nashville. We could do that. He's a 3-star, 3.5. Thomas and Tolvanen on the right-hand side. But really, when you're looking at, like, giving up picks for these players, I mean, Darlene and Hughes are probably the only two I would. Maybe Kotkaniemi as well. But yeah, restricted free agents, probably just Freddie. So, as this is a re-sign stage, it will be a little bit more sort of intensive to try and get that going. There's a lot of processing in the background. So, that and the monthly tasks, that's where your major slowdown comes when you've got a big event at the end of a month. And then, as you know, day 2 of a month is usually my auto-save. So, I'm used to it by now. It's not too bad, though. It's not too bad. Gives me a bit of time to think about this. But how badly I want Freddie Anderson. I think if he's still there, we've got to talk to him. But I'm not really sold on him, if I'm honest with you. I'm not really sold on him. We might go look at Saros instead. 5 years younger, half a star worse. Might go look at Saros. And then if we do, we can trade away Mackenzie Blackwood. We know that we've got that Russian to come in as a backup for the season. But yeah, really, there's not too much, guys. Okay, I think we're about to switch over. Normally it stops responding before it does. But in the interest of time, I'll be back when it's done. Okay, then that did take a couple of minutes. Don't really care too much about that. Braun loses face-offs and screening. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, reached the playoffs. Reached the Stanley Cup playoffs. Won division semi-finals. Successful season. Long-term. Satisfied. Promising future. Again, we're into the playoffs. 91.16. The money's really going up now. Salary cap 81.5. Savoy up the top there. Shane Wright. Couple of decent players, but no real goalkeepers. Bortnikov maybe around a 3.5. Lundgren 3.5. Yeah, this was the year to have a top pick. This was the year to have a top 5 pick because we could have landed that goalie. I wasn't fussed with much other talent near the top end. It's pretty much just that goalie. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I wanted him. But yeah. Looking here, there's not much I really want in this draft either. Kutchke maybe with a 4-star. But again, he's probably going to be gone really early. So looking at that, maybe 3.5-star players. There's forwards we don't need. 17-year-old left defenseman, Lane Hutton. Tristan Luneau's right. Seamus Casey. But yeah. It's not the best, guys. It's not the best. Savoy should go number 1. He really should go number 1. You can see that. He's already a decent little player. And yeah, he could be a top player. So okay. Who's still here? Oh, we can see, guys. Volven, Kotkaniemi, sorry. I would say his name wrong. Quinn Hughes, Rasmus Dahlin, Montembeau, all of them are gone. Why the hell is Grew on the list? Why is Grew on the list? He shouldn't have been eligible for free agency. Like, I'm a cost guy. Like, are these because it's prospects? They should still be unsigned draftees. They are. Okay. Okay. So they do need to be signed. Like Askarov, Coyle, Grew, they all need to be signed. They do all need to be signed. Okay, that did just worry me ever so slightly. Oh. Okay, so Darlene, Hughes have gone. Gustafsson is still there, but not really what we want. Kotkaniemi, I keep saying his name wrong. Vol has gone. Fitzpatrick is still here. Saros resigned. I didn't see his name in this list. There he is. Nashville. 4 years at 7. God damn it. God damn it. Gustafsson, I mean, that's a no-brainer right now because of 4-star potential. Really cheap deal as well. That's a really cheap deal. Oh, Freddie, you didn't even play well. Solid goalie. Okay, what are we talking? Hey, I can't do it. I'm not going to put 8 down for you. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. Could get some right-sided defensemen here. Like a Dougie Hamilton as well. What do we got for the first team then? Statsny, too old to bring back for me right now. I don't think that's the direction we're going in. The Nuge, if we trade away Cowdrey, then Nuge might be a good one. Dougie Hamilton. Sard, he's normally a goal scorer. 30 and 25 goals in his last 2. That might not be a bad pickup, but again, we're kind of overloaded on the right. And I'm not entirely sure I like him on the left as much, but he could work over there. Yeah, I think maybe not Johansson. But if I keep that up here, and then we go to our rosters. and see. Okay. So yeah, left defense we're very, very solid on. Right defense is Cale McCarr. If I can put Dougie Hamilton in there and then run with Timmons, I can get rid of Zadorov and Harmonic. Martin would be just depth. Yeah, and that would be fine. That would be fine indeed. On the left, Landeskog, I could bring in Johansson and get rid of Clifford and Nikushkin, but really what's the point of keeping the sheet around for another year? We could do with another winger. We could do another winger. So maybe Brandon Saad comes in as a left winger. Centre, Nuge can come in. We've got a 2.5 coming in as well. Who is that? Is that Albin Grew, I believe, maybe the 2.5? I'm not entirely sure which one's the 2.5 centre we've got. We'll check that in a moment. But McKinnon, Nuge, the 2.5, and Bowers as our 4. I'll be pretty happy with that. That means Kadri is definitely available. Clifford's definitely available. Harmonic, Zadorov available. Johansson, Braun, Edmondson available. And then on the right, Goodrow is available. Bring up Kaut, go Kaut and Bokic as the backup, as the 4th lineup. Rantanen and Zadina. Yeah, I think Brandon Saad, Dougie Hamilton, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, they make a lot of sense right now for me. That trio make a lot of sense. And then we trade for a goalie. We trade for a goalie. Yeah, it is. It's Albin Group, 2.5. Theo, 2. We can easily call you up. 1.5. We can call Zegras up. Yeah. Again, we've got to call some of these up. But also, Ryan Johnson, Trevor Zegras, Will Kuhl, Theo Rocher, and Albin Group, they should be called up. You could play right, you could play left. I mean, you'll be coming up for the left. Ooh, do I want Saad or not? Okay, let me go figure this out. Okay, so the easiest way I can do this is by just putting those little overlays up. And now we can see what we've got. So, we're definitely going to call up these 5. Plus the goalie. We know we've got the goalie. He's back up. That's fine. So, right now we got Blackwood in net. We got that goalie coming through. And, yeah, realistically, there's no more defensemen. So, Stützle needs to be called up. And Coyle deserves to be called up. So that means then, yes, we can get rid of Ty Lewis. We can get rid of Nemesnikov. We can get rid of Carl Clifford if we wanted to. And then we're running with Pinto on the 4th, Coyle on the 3rd, Nikushkin on the 2nd, and Landy on the 1st. That's not bad. Through the centre, we get rid of Kadri. And we could probably trade away Shane Bowers. And then we run with McKinnon on line 1, Grew on line 2, Theo Rocher line 3, and Zegras on line 4. Very, very young. 25, 20, 20, and 19. And that leaves us with what we've got on the right now, being Rantanen line 1, Zadina line 2, Bokic line 3, Count line 4. So instead of that, if we drop Goodrow and brought in Saad, it would be Rantanen, Saad, Zadina, Bokic down to line 4, and Count as depth, and I like that a lot. Okay, so Brandon Saad, I believe, will come in. Let's get rid of these. Brandon Saad will come in. Lindholm, Gerard, Byram, McCarr, Hamilton, Martin. I don't need Nuge. Dougie Hamilton, Brandon Saad. They're my two that would be pretty good. They would be pretty good right now. Okay, Brandon Saad. 5 million. We can definitely do that. I probably want to see what Nuge can do. Dougie doesn't want to be traded. Okay, that means we're just a little bit tied with that. And he'd want 6 for 3 anyway. Yeah, I'm not entirely thrilled with that. This year we've got some re-signing to do. We do have some re-signing to do. We've got, looks like plenty of room here. So, let me go and then Askarov. Let's get you your deal. And I'm never sure whether they go through or not, really. That's Askarov. Grew. Entry level deal. Happy we picked him up. Stutzel, time to find out what we got. Like, this is the last time we can actually sign you before you're a free agent. You're not doing this to me. I'll be back. Sometimes they do that. Come back in a little while and ask them. And they do change their mind. They do change their mind quite often. It's annoying though. It's annoying. Will Coyle is there. Theo Rocher is there. So Crew, Rocher, Coyle, Stutzel, Askarov, and Zegras is ready. He doesn't need to be signed, but he is ready. Let's get Trevor in. College hockey, huh? Okay. Only got a short window to get this one done. Only got a short window to get this one done. 5-star potential. If he doesn't turn out to be anything good, then yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we can keep an eye on our deals here. So Saad, Hamilton, they can come in. Rocher, Grew, and Zegras down the middle. Gustafsson, nice and easy for a cheap deal. Askarov to be our backup. Like I say, it's just that one guy. Then we are waiting on. Let's see if everybody comes in or not. And well, it's one of those days, isn't it? It's one of those days. Brandon Saad goes to Minnesota. Didn't even give us a chance. Dougie Hamilton went to the Rangers. Didn't even give us a chance. Theo Rocher, Grew, Askarov, all that. Gustafsson gave us a chance, but not much of a chance. He heads to Winnipeg. So yeah, free agency kind of sucks. But Askarov at least will be our backup now. We've got those young guys coming in. So yeah, if I had to roll in with this team next season, I would. I'd be disappointed, but I'd be okay with it. I would be disappointed, but I'd be okay with it. And yeah, as I say, Stutzel. Really? Okay, so he still wants to play hockey. In college, couple of weeks, we'll ask him again. We'll ask him every week, basically. I think we've got until like August 23rd. I believe August 23rd. That sticks out to me as a date for some reason. To sign our picks up. Theo, Albin will all step up. Oh, I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading. I just give up Kadri's number. I just give up Kadri's number to Theo Rocher. Okay. I mean, I didn't mean to, but okay. Let me get my list of players. So I got, no, I did that the wrong way around. So basically, I just want the list of players that I already have in the first team. So I'm just going to stack them there. And then when we look at the contracts, who is not on that list? So both goalies are. We got Lindholm, Girard, and Byram. So move Lucas Johansson up. Edmondson and Brown up. On the right then, Harmonic, Zadorov, Makar, Timmins, call up Martin. On the left, it's Clifford, Landeskog, Nemesnikov, Nikushkin, and Pinto. Which means Ty Lewis has got a cup. Cole is there. We're done with this one. So Kadri, McKinnon, Rocher, Grew, Bowers. And I guess it's just Martin Kaut. No. Which means 30 players there on contract, which should give us 30 players here. Everybody that's at the club is at the club. Okay, well, I don't like editing videos, but at 1 hour, 40 minutes, this is going to be heavily edited. Split into two and heavily edited. Most of this is transfers. Again, those trades, trying to get players in and out. In the end, we identified a goalkeeper that we wanted. We wanted John Gibson. I'm still not utterly convinced by this, but we give up Blackwood, who is a very, very good player, 2-star. Sorry, 2.5 or 3-star now, 4-star potential. Our 5-star pick, Askarov, who we gave up a lot to get. We're actually giving up his potential to hopefully see that in Gibson, one of the best goalies in the league. I believe it's between him and Vasilevsky. So hopefully that really sort of helps our weakness from last year. We're trading out some veterans and middle round sort of people. We also had to give up a third to make sure that one went through. We also gave up 4-star goalie prospect and 3-star goalie prospect Mikuska and Bednar, with 5-star left wing prospect in Thomas Stutzel, because he won't sign for us. He wants to go back to college, and the window is closing on that. Another 4 or 5 days, and I think he probably won't change his mind, and it's just best to move on from him. We don't really need him, so we'll do that. Harmonic and Goudreau, couple of veterans to help out Ottawa. We got a 6th-round pick, but really, it's Volstead. We're making back the Askarov pick there. We're giving up Stutzel instead, because Anaheim didn't want Stutzel. But yeah, it's a lot to pay. We also got Sødegaard, who is a 4-star, or 3.5-star, sorry, goalie prospect. So, we get Surgard, who can be a backup. We got Volstad, who is a backup and our future number one, and Gibson as our current number one. To give it up, well, we earned back what Blackwood and Askarov are. We earned back what Bednar and Miskoska are. Really, those four would have sort of cancelled each other out anyway. We give up left wing, we give up a third, and 2 depth we were going to lose anyway. So really, to improve from Blackwood to Gibson, from Askarov to Volstead, which is possibly even a downgrade according to the game, but I just don't like that there's a risky potential on Askarov apparently. So Volstead would be better for us there. If we look at scouting, may have significant downside risk other scouts have not fully appreciated. So that to me means that, you know, there could be some issues. So we'll upgrade there in my eyes, downgrade in terms of league, but definitely upgrade from Blackwood to Gibson. And yeah, Miskoska for Surgard, that's about a 50-50 coin flip. And then Bednar, 2 veterans, a backup goalie, and a star left winger if he ever develops. And we downgrade a third into a 6th as well. We give up a lot, really, I think, for starting goaltender. So, yeah, that was big. That was big. But it does leave us here with Surgard as a decent backup, Gibson as number 1. And then we still got people here we can get rid of. I'm still going to look for a right defenseman. Pull up of Rangers or Dumba at Minnesota, I think, for a 2.5, 3-star defender. We'll get rid of some players as well. So I guess now we need to figure this out. But honestly, I think that with some of the players we've got to trade, it shouldn't be too bad in terms of getting someone back. So these are our players we're getting rid of. So since Zadorov is currently a right defenseman, I've got him listed as left because that's what I think he should be. But he would be in the trade to upgrade. So we would try and upgrade Zadorov. Then we've got Nassim Kadri, who's on a no trade clause, but hopefully he wants to go to Minnesota or the Rangers. Goodrow can come in, Lewis, Edmondson, Johansson. We've got 6 players, we've got 5 slots to do a deal. I might trade away for some picks. I might just trade Kadri for as much as I can get pick-wise. Trade the rest of those for other picks, and then stack Zadorov with picks to try and get Dumba. That might work. But yeah, I'll be back to show you the full team, ready to go into new season when we're there. Okay, so I had to go for what I could get here. Yeah, Martin we gave up. Solid 3.5-star defender. Got a couple of thirds back for him from the Islanders. Just really pushing that depth in our picks. We gave up a first, 2 6s, a 7th, and Kadri to upgrade that first. Hopefully into a better first with the Kings and also get another one back. I could have got just a first for Kadri, a 7th, and a 6th. So I'm very happy. I could have got a first and a 2nd for Kadri, 7, 6, and a 5 for some reason. They were saying that they would do that deal right there and then. So, yeah, maybe we give up a little bit too much in these 2 deals for what we got back. But again, the flexibility of picks is always a good thing. And Kadri, I mean, Buffalo, Dallas, the Kings, Montreal, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, San Jose Sharks, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Winnipeg. He didn't want to negotiate with anyone else. So we went with the Kings. We got a deal that I think works. We got a 2nd and a 3rd out of Nashville, who just had a really bad season but won the cup. So kind of floaty picks there. We don't know what they're going to be. Edmondson, Brown, Zadorov, a 5th and a 4th. I did initially try for the 5th and 6th, but it just didn't look right Fifth and a fourth gets us through, and that's why the 6 went into this deal. And then a couple of days later, after we'd moved bits around, managed to get another pair of seconds from Ottawa for Johansson and Bowers. 3-star potential centre. We had to give up Melichar, the 4-star prospect, Langvoy, 3.5-star left defenseman. Yeah, I didn't really want to draft them. I wanted to get picks back. So Bowers and Melichar, those are our round 2s. Johansson, Langvoy kind of make weights. Again, I think we lose the deal, but we get the flexibility of picks, which is what we wanted. And then I just gave up a lot. 4-star potential, Eliasson. Now, we did pick him 58th overall, so pretty decent. We've also given up 2 more seconds and a first and Ty Lewis to get the right defenseman. And that will be Noah Dobson. I don't know how good Noah is, but right now he's a 2-star, so he fits right in with what we're trying to do, and a 5-star potential. That gives us this lineup going in then. Gibson and net, Sogard with his, chance to be a backup. We'll see how he does. On the left, it's Lindholm, Byram fighting for that top spot with Sam Girard filling in as well. He'll get his minutes elsewhere, so I think it'll all work out. A new deal needed for Lindholm. On the right, Cale Makar, Dobson probably on the second line with Byram or Lindholm. That would be really good. And then Connor Timmins with Girard on the bottom pairing. Very, very solid defending there indeed. Again, though, Dobson does need a deal. Talking to new deals, Clifford is another player who needs one. He'll probably be a second or third line with Nikushkin following up and filling in the other role. Landy will be our starter, and then Pinto and Coyle can fight over ice time on the bottom line. McKinnon, Grew, Rochette, and Zegras, a very kind of weak centre core, but really, Kadri was 2.5 stars, so Grew fits in there quite nicely at the moment. And on the right, Rantanen, Zadina, Nemesnikov comes over from the left. Bokic comes over to play 4th line minutes, and Martin Kaut as our depth. So, the depth on this team will either be Pinto or Coyle, probably Coyle, with Johnson and Kaut. Everybody else is good enough to start and be dressed every week. We do have those deals to be signed. That leaves us with the following depth chart. Gibson, Sogard, and Volstead. We've got Makar, Lindholm, Byram, Girard, Dobson, Timmins. That right there is a good enough top 6 for the future. We do have Helleson, Samuelson, and Berglund. As you can see, Samuelson and Berglund, 3.5 star left and right. So we're okay there. The left wings is as you see them. Left wings are as you see them. Kushkin is put over that moment. Leshevsky is going to be what Leshevsky is going to be. Newhook, I don't know. His rating's floated about, but he looks quite good right now. So yeah, we got a 2.5 star and a 3-star there, with a 3.5 defender, and then 4.5 for centre and goalie. Everyone else is in the first team. We have no AHL whatsoever. We got 6 guys who can be called up when they sign their entry-level deals. Apart from that, everybody's in the first team squad. What we've come up with is 2 first rounds, 2 seconds, and a third this year. 2 first rounds, 2 seconds, and a third for the year after. And then 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds for that third year. Which basically means we can just, trade away these thirds to get more draft picks in that following year and just try and upgrade draft picks. We're not picking outside the top 3 rounds because it really isn't worth it. If I can include those on deals as make weights, then fine. But other than that, I don't want draft picks from low down. So I'll do these deals, but this is our roster. I think we're really good now. We got, our top line and goalie are just superstar players. That's what I want. Makar and Lindholm is a hell of a pairing. Makar and Byram, a hell of a pairing. I'm fine with that. The second pairing with Lindholm and Gerard, maybe with Dobson and Timmins, maybe we can make that work. I don't know. But talent-wise, I think we're there on defense. Second line, Grew, Nikushkin, or Clifford with Zadina. I think that's good. And that leaves a strong third line with Theo Rocher and Nemesnikov on the wing. That bottom lining of Pinto, Zegras, Bokage is okay. Backup goalie and a bit of backup here as well. So I don't know, really. I think we're in a much better place than we were. But it all comes down to Gibson. Can he win in the playoffs? Can he do what Braden Holtby's couldn't? I really, really hope so. I really hope so. So yeah, Lindholm, Dobson, they're going to need deals. They're going to be good deals. Clifford needs a deal. Zadina needs a deal. I'm a little bit worried about what else we are going to do. And at the end of this season, like I say, on the 1st of June, I think it might be, or the 1st of July, where we can add teams. We will be adding Seattle to the rosters and get an expansion draft where we might lose some. So, yeah, end of this year, I think Volstead will be called up, Newhook will be called up, possibly a defender or two. I don't think there's really any need to go after any of the players. Tolvanen, maybe, but then again, not as restricted free agent. So, Jankowski, Tendek for depth. I've only got 3 goalies at the moment. I do only have 3 goalies. We have a ton of money as well. We have a ton of money. Yeah, you should be backup goalie. Okay, so since we don't need to sign him, he's got potential, I can do that deal. Might as well do this as well for a bit of cheap depth. Swankly can't play defensive. I'd like a defensive young center. It doesn't seem to be much there. Okay, so we'll possibly do those deals, play them in the AHL, increase our depth a tiny little bit, but yeah, we're low on numbers, we're high on quality. I think we're a defensive beast and we're rebuilding offensive now, and we've gone very young. So while the offense carried us, hopefully the defense can now. McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen as good as they're going to be. Grew, Zadina, and whoever plays out of Clifford or Nikushkin. I'm pretty happy there. In fact, I could probably trade Clifford and bring through a left wing. I could bring in Newhook to play on the left wing. I could bring him into backup. Hey, you know what? We're probably going to do that. We might say goodbye to Clifford and go into Kuchkin on the second wing. Then third and fourth wings are going to be Pinto and Coyle, and that just means another one-star player in to back up. Probably through the centre with Newhook. And then we've got most of our big-name youngsters in this team. Hey, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Let's go through to August then. But I'll see you guys back here next time for more. As I say, this will be heavily edited down, probably split into 2. We will see you very soon. Until then, take care. Thanks very much. And I'll be seeing you soon.